21st regular meeting, Lynn City Council. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Councilor Barton.
Present.
Present. Councilor Cahill.
Present.
Present. Councilor Capano.
Present.
Present. Councilor Jacutis. Present. Present. Councilor Calucci.
Present.
Present. Councilor Creighton. Absent. Councilor Seer.
Present.
Present. Councilor Ford.
Present.
Present. Councilor Lozey.
Present.
Present. Councilor Net.
Present.
Present. Councilor Trahan.
Present.
Present.
The record reflect that Councilor Crichton unable to attend this evening relative to a pre-planned event that he has to attend. Could we please rise for a moment of silence followed by pledge of allegiance? Councilor Barton.
Mr. President, special prayer for the victims of the fire at Bruce Place and their families.
Mr. President, for the family of Fred and Maura Russell.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Take a motion to accept the minutes from November 7th, 2015. Motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. I'll take a motion to suspend the rules. Motion has been made to suspend the second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The purpose of that is we are joined tonight by Chief Jim McDonald from the Lynn Fire Department. We're going to ask him to come to the podium, if you may, and give a kind of update on the tragedy that has happened down on Bruce Place, as well as some ideas for folks to be able to help those victims and some tips going forward to avoid such future tragedies. Thank you, Chief, for being here.
Thank you, Mr. President, for inviting me. I'm honored to be here. I'll just give you a brief synopsis of the events on last Friday. The results were pretty horrific, but I will read some of the information that was put in the fire report by District Chief Jack Barry, and some of the information that I am not aware of yet, and some of that I am aware of, I cannot tell you, because there is an ongoing active investigation still pending. So, the calls were received for building fire at 24 Bruce Place at about 12:46 a.m. Engine 5 and ladder 1 and the safety car from Fair Street responded. They were there within 3 minutes. To find a 2.5-story wood frame 3-family with a tremendous amount of fire already issuing from approximately 6 windows in the front door of the building. The fire on the left and right side of the building was extending to the adjacent buildings, so we had to get water on those right away. There is damage to those buildings. The members from Engine 5 and Ladder 1 learned that there were still 8 people missing, trapped in the building. So they proceeded to the rear of the building and came up the stairway to the second floor. They worked their way in through the kitchen, and they were driven to the floor by the heat and smoke that they found 4 minutes after they were dispatched. As they worked their way across the kitchen floor, they went into the next room back, which would be toward the front. And the lieutenant from Engine 5 encountered the first victim on the floor. He started to pull that victim back toward the exit when the members that were with him heard a second victim further in to that same room. So he passed that victim off. One of the other members joined him, and they crawled further in to that room, which would be the living room, toward the front room. They encountered victim number 2. So they grabbed that victim and worked their way back through the kitchen to the back porch, past the victims along 2 other members to get them out to the street. They turned around to go back into the building, and by then the fire had spread from the front to the rear, and they ran out of time. They were ordered out of the building by the district chief, who was on duty, because the fire had taken total control of the front of the building. So they retreated, and they went into what we call defensive mode. And they, after about 30 or 40 minutes, they got the main body of fire knocked down, and they went back in to search for the victims that still weren't accounted for. About 20 minutes after they went back in the building, they found 4 victims on the second floor and were delayed in removing some of them because of the collapse out of the building. So a couple hours later, when the fire was completely out, they were able to work their way back into the building, uncover the victims, and remove them. As of today, subsequent to that, the State Fire Marshal's Office responds as a protocol when there's a death. The District Attorney's Office, State Police respond as a result of the death. The Lynn Police Department Criminal Investigation Division was there, our fire investigators, and they take control of the building as a crime scene. And I say crime scene because it's a routine process of investigation that they go through, and they take total control of the building. That does not mean there was a crime involved, it's just the way they handle the investigation. To this point, they have done all their forensics, evidence gathering, and all that process that they go through. The building was torn down this afternoon and has been made safe. It's still in a pile and it's covered over. And they have to get an asbestos abatement because of the siding that was on the house from the DEP. That takes a period of time. Could be days, could be a couple of weeks. But as far as we're concerned, the pile right now is safe. It's covered over so there's no access to it. It's still fenced off, and that's the way it's going to stay until the DEP releases it to the wrecking company. So as far as that fire goes, that's all I have to report at this time.
Any questions for the chief?
Chief, should you talk a little bit about fire safety at this time of year?
Yeah, I have a couple of things that the NFPA puts out, the National Fire Protection Association. And this time of the year is obviously holidays and all the normal thought process about fire safety is with electricity and Christmas trees and common combustibles stored. And just by coincidence, 8 of the most common causes of fires in and around the home, according to the NFPA, and these are in no particular order, but candles is one of them. Left unattended or too close to combustible materials. The highest occurrence of candle fires is in December and January, coincidentally. And the top 3 days that they had fires nationwide between 2007 and 2011 were on December 4th, 24th, December 25th, and December 31st. So that fire cost correlates with this time of the year. The next obvious thing is smoking materials. The number of fires is trending downward due to the small population of smokers, still responsible for an average of 18,000 fires with 400 deaths and $516 million per year average between 2007 and 2011. One of the other causes is electrical and lighting, which is very pertinent to this time of the year. There are a number of various reasons. Equipment malfunctions, overloaded circuits and cords, which are an obvious problem at this time of the year. Mechanical misuse of appliances too close to combustibles, like room heaters and electric fireplaces and things like that. Dryers and washer fires. In 2010 alone, there were 17,000 fires, $236 million in damage. And the most frequent cause is the Lynn filters and worn belts in the washing machine. Dryer fires alone involved 92% of these types of fires. One of the other 8 main causes of fires is lightning, which doesn't pertain to this time of the year, but obviously there's no preventative measures. The only preventative measures are for public safety. One of the other major causes is children playing with matches. These average 7,100 fires and $172 million in damage per year in 2007 to 2011. One of the other major causes is Christmas trees, and that's all types, not just real trees. I'm talking all types of Christmas trees. And the main cause is obviously the electricity, frayed cords, overloaded circuits, Christmas trees in too close proximity to fireplaces and electric heaters, space heaters. The other major cause is cooking-related fires. The number one source of fires in residential fires, and 40% of all house fires is cooking-related. An average of 156,600 fires per year for $853 million in damage. So they're all, in my experience, too many fires start due to negligent or tenants or owners of buildings of all types who fail to minimize a known fire hazard or one that should have been known had they taken reasonable care. Keeping these 8 causes in mind, it should be fairly straightforward for the citizens and visitors of this city to realize that the use of common sense is the driving force behind attaining and maintaining a safe environment in our homes or places of work. The Lynn firefighters spend a lot of time and resources in our community at all levels to deliver the education and tools to assist the population in staying safe. We are proud to do it. We have always been well received wherever we deliver that message. And if anybody has any questions, I'll answer them.
Any further questions? Chief, on behalf of, I think I can speak for the City Council and the City of Lynn, I'd like to thank the men and women from the Lynn Fire Department and Lynn Police for the heroics they did on Friday night, as well as the first responders, the folks from Ralph Silvanor and Wayne Alarm for opening up their business for an emergency shelter, as well as the folks from Red Cross. If there are people at home who want to help in some way, either this family or the Red Cross, what's the best way for someone to connect and make a contribution or a donation?
I have a phone number for a contact person at the Red Cross. I can put that up on our website. I could also get it to you to publicize. And if they want to contact the Red Cross, they could probably direct them right to where the needs are.
Fantastic. You don't have to have the number on you right now?
I do not.
Okay, well, there is the internet. We can
That's right.
that way. But thank you very much
That's right.
again for the good work of you and your men and women.
And-
Any other? Oh, sorry.
And with your permission, before I go to that, I also wanted to thank publicly the fire department chaplain, John Healy from St. Pius, Father Healy from St. Pius, who arrived on the scene about 30 minutes after the fire started. And he availed himself to the families. He went down to Wayne Alarm, he spoke to everybody. He went to Union Hospital to visit one of the patients at Union, and he went to Salem to visit the patient at Salem. So he spent 4 or 5 hours on that fire scene, and I just wanted to make that public, so.
Thank you very much, Chief.
All right.
Any other comments or questions, Council Ford?
For Jorgensen's here, I'm sure that would be a good addition to a follow-up story. If Thor would consider that, having that donation number would be nice to have in the newspaper.
Thor Jurgensen is shaking his head as he is saying he will provide the phone number for the Red Cross. Thank you very much, Thor. Thank you, Council Ford. Any other questions or comments? And as always, Council Barton, thank you very much for being a conduit to our friends in the fire department, keeping councilors informed of things that are happening on the ground as well.
And if I may have a point of personal privilege to shift gears here to
Is it your anniversary?
political issue. We reached the point in the fiscal 16 budget that because of the expenses cut that we incurred, the expense cuts that we incurred, the fire department's in trouble with some of the apparatus repair bills and medical bills that are pending. And it's on the near horizon. We've been moving money around from other lines for months and to stay ahead of the game, but it reached the point where it is unsustainable. We're going to need some help, and I'll put together a spreadsheet very soon to present to the mayor. And I will share that with you if you wish. I'm asking for your support in getting the funding that we requested in June back in our budget. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Chief, very much.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief. Happy holidays to your family and your men and women as well, if I don't see you. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on with the agenda of the day with communications.
Communications, council appointment of Michael to the Lynn Human Rights Commission effective immediately and will expire on September 26, 2016.
What is the wish of the council? Motion made to approve and seconded. I believe that Michael Oak is in the audience here today. Michael, if you'd like to say a few words. Appreciate you serving. Michael brought his fiance here for a date night.
Gonna hear about this day night later.
Yes, you are.
Gonna have to make up for it, but councilors, thank you very much for the appointment. It's gonna be an honor to serve on the Human Rights Commission. We're gonna hopefully be a part of helping the commission be more proactive and preventative in terms of making sure that human rights in the city are well respected and upheld. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. Any further discussion? Motion made, seconded. Roll call.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Cahill?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Capano?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Jacutis? Yes. Yes. Councilor Calucci?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Creighton, absent. Councilor Seer?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Ford?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Lozey?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Net? Yes. Yes. Councilor Trahan? Yes.
Thank you for your service, Michael.
Thank you, gentlemen and ladies.
Next communication.
Council reappointment of Pamela Freeman to the Lynn Human Rights Commission effective immediately and will expire on September 6, 2018.
What's the wish of the council? Motion to approve and seconded. Any discussion? I do not see Pamela in the audience today. I believe she's probably home or working, so I will take a roll call.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Cahill?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Capano?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Jacutis? Yes. Yes. Councilor Calucci? Yes. Councilor Creighton, absent. Councilor Seer?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Ford?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Lozey?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Trahan?
Yes.
Yes. 10 yes.
Thank you. Under public hearings, I think we're going to take a few things out of order. We'll do the tax levy last in order to get the petitioners out of here a little bit quicker. So we'll start with the petition of Handmade by Two Moms.
Handmade by Two Moms doing business as Pure 7 Chocolate, Julie McQueen, for permission for a chocolate manufacturing and online order business at 82 Sanderson Ave.
I'm going to open the public hearing for those wishing to speak in favor. Is there anyone here wishing to speak in favor of the petition? Anyone wishing to speak in favor? Seeing no one wishing to speak in favor. Anyone in favor of the petition? If you'd like to speak in favor of the petition, all you have to do is come up here to the podium and state your name and address, and the floor is yours.
I'm Julie McQueen, founder of Pure 7 Chocolate. In favor. I want to make chocolate at 82 Sanderson Ave, so I applied for the special permit.
Can I give you a bit of advice?
Sure,
You
please.
got like 90,000 people out there watching you, so this is like your free commercial. So please tell us everything about your business and where we can find products and
Well,
information.
I make honey sweetened chocolate, so I make healthy chocolate. So there's no refined sugars, and it's sold at Whole Foods. So I'm hoping to continue doing that in Lynn, so I came here to do that.
If you mind not going too far away, there may be some questions from the councils, but you're allowed to sit down at this point and we'll continue the public hearing.
Can I, please, is that okay, or is that not?
Is the value is under $50? Yes, you can. Thank you. Anyone else wish to speak in favor? Anyone else wish to speak in favor? Seeing no one wishing to speak in favor, I close the public hearing for those in favor. Anyone in opposition? Anyone in opposition? Anyone in opposition? Seeing no one in opposition, I close the public hearing for those wishing to speak in opposition, I close the public hearing. Councilor Seer.
You just made it real easy. Motion to approve. Second.
Motion made to approve and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Cahill?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Capano?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Jacutis? Yes. Councilor Calucci? Yes. Councilor Creighton, absent. Councilor Seer?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Ford?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Lozey?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Trahan?
Yes.
Yes. 10 yes.
Congratulations to Councilor Seer.
Thank you.
to let everybody know, this is another business that's coming into the city from another community that wasn't, I believe is helpful, and it shows how Lynn wants to do business. So I just want to say welcome, whatever we can do to help.
Here, here. And remember, there's 11 members of the city council. Only 2 chocolate bars, though.
I can tell you what, I'm not breaking this up for 11 days.
Oh, thanks a lot, Councilor. Thank you, congratulations. Best of luck, really. Thank you. Okay, public hearings to be set down.
Petition of Emma's Dry Cleaners and Tailoring Emma Salvador for a sign permit at 98 Union Street. East Coast Karate and Aerobic Fitness Center, 312B Union Street. The Neighborhood Restaurant Group, 3845 Lewis Street and 0 Blaisdell Terrace, for permission for a food establishment where all alcohol beverages in addition to food is served.
Switch to the council. Motion made to put them down. All those in favor, second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Okay, back to public hearings. We're going to do the public hearing on the tax levy. Madam Clerk, the reading.
Public hearing to determine the percentages of the FY 2016 tax levy to be borne by each class of real and personal property.
We're going to open the public hearing for those wishing to speak in favor. Anyone wishing to speak in favor? Anyone wishing to speak in favor? Seeing no one wishing to speak in favor, I close the public hearing for those wishing to speak in favor. I open the public hearing for those in opposition. Anyone in opposition? Anyone in opposition? Seeing no one in opposition, I close the public hearing for those wishing to speak in opposition. I close the public hearing. What's the council?
We want the lowest rate for the residents. Second.
Motion has been made to approve and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Cahill?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Jacutis? Yes. Councilor Capano?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Calucci?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Creighton, absent. Councilor Seer?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Ford?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Lozey?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Trahan?
Yes.
And yes.
President, we amend that except Chris Hayes' house.
Committee reports.
Committee on Ordinance and Rules.
Councilor Creighton was unable to be here tonight, but he was here for the subcommittee where he had petitioned the council to consider a complete streets program that would provide additional monies for our DPWs to be able to pave and improve our streets and roads and have access for folks who are either disabled and or are looking for alternative transportation apparati. And we believe it was Councilor Capano, you were at the meeting.
Yes, we had
And
unanimous vote of committee.
unanimous vote of committee. Motion made to accept.
Second.
Motion made second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Public Works. Councilor Seer.
Thank you, Mr. President. It was more of an informative meeting to let us know where the DPW stands, for its preparedness, the snow removal. As of right now, they have 190 pieces of equipment, and they're expecting another 70 or 80 before the end of the year. 30 of those pieces are the pieces we were looking for, bigger pieces, so we can spread it out in the city to do a better job than we've done in the past. Also, they've got, I believe he said 6 new spreaders, which they can monitor the amount of sand and chemicals they're using on the roadways, which will help us save money in the long run. They have 4 loaders that will be coming in next week, so that we can use them in the city. We're in really good shape. Hopefully, we won't have anywhere as near of a bad winter as we did last year. There was really no road taking. So that's basically it. It was more of an informative meeting.
Thank you. Well, you've done a tremendous job, as we said before, and I don't have to reiterate. When it snows, we're going to call you Ward Councilor. Next committee. Motion made to accept.
Motion made to accept.
Made second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Next committee.
Committee on Ways and Means, from the account of the reserve expense, $8,000, to the account of treasurer's payroll overtime, from the account of election precinct payroll, $10,000, to the Council
Motion made to dispense with the reading. Motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Councilor Net.
It was unanimous in the order of committee, and I'd like to make a motion to accept.
Motion has been made to accept and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Cahill?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Capano?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Jacutis? Yes. Yes. Councilor Calucci? Yes. Councilor Creighton, absent. Councilor Seer?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Ford?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Lozey?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Trahan?
Yes.
Yes. 10 years.
And Council, was there an emergency on that?
Yes.
Motion made for emergency and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Cahill?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Capano?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Jacutis? Councilor Jacutis? Yes. Councilor Calucci?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Creighton, absent. Councilor Seer?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Ford?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Lozey? Yes. Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Trahan? Yes. 10 yes.
Okay, Public Safety and Public Health Commission. Chairman Barton.
Unanimous Water Committee, motion to approve.
Motion made to approve and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call. There's an appointment directive, Constable. Roll call.
Yeah, you want, okay. Roll call, Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Cahill?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Capano?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Jacutis? Yes. Yes. Councilor Calucci?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Creighton? Absent. Councilor Seer?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Ford? Yes. Councilor Lozey?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Trahan?
Yes.
Yes. 10 yes.
Licensing. Chairman Trahan.
It was unanimous vote of the committee, motion to accept.
Motion made to accept and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Public Property and Parks. Chairman Calucci.
Unanimous vote of the committee, accept hearing, opposed by the party.
Unanimous, but for one opposition, so technically not okay. There's been a motion to accept, correct? A motion made and seconded. Were there any votes that required any roll calls from this committee, Attorney Lamont? Yes. Okay. Roll call on the committee acceptance. Madam Clerk?
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Cahill?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Capano?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Jacutis? Yes. Yes. Councilor Calucci?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Creighton? Absent. Councilor Seer?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Ford?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Lozey?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Trahan?
Yes.
Yes.
In motion made on the emergency. Motion made by Councilor Calucci, seconded by Councilor Trahan. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Cahill?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Capano?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Jacutis? Yes. Yes. Councilor Calucci?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Creighton, absent. Councilor Seer?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Ford?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Lozey?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Trahan?
Yes.
10 yes.
Any new business, any old business? Seeing none, we will be meeting one more time before the end of the year, December 15th. Other than that, I'll take a motion to accept. Motion to adjourn by Councilor Calucci, second by Capano. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. We are adjourned for December 15th.